Okay. We back. We back. We back. We back. Back in, back, 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 back. Okay, let's share this up real fast. Get this here. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely be here tomorrow too, bro. So, it is what it is. This got finished with the MLB stream. If you guys want to check the MLB stream out, you can. What's up, Ed? What's going on? Didn't like too much today. I mean, there was some things I did like, but we got weather implications here. So, uh, you know, it is what it is, man. Talk a little bit of football here and what you guys, what you guys think, what I think, what you guys think. I think this is pretty cool little segment, segue, or whatever. I don't know. But let me get the NFL pulled up here. So. Week three. Week three is upon us, right? And, don't want to drag this out unless you guys got some plays. I would love to hear them. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear them, see them, whatever the case may be. I could pull down some of this NFL stuff, this MLB stuff here, and get some NFL stuff up here. Uh, hmm. So, game day, I can leave game day just in case I need it. How about I'll just add defensive versus precision right there. Get something up here. Get something up here. Get something up here. How about getting up? Uh, Snap counts and stuff. How about prize picks? Because it's gonna lag on me, and definitely gonna do that. I did drop a play. I did drop a play in the community section in the members only earlier last night. I'll post that in a second. I will. I will post that. Let me get some lines up here from Emmett. So these were some lines that I was looking at here the other day here. So let me get NFL up here. Okay. All right. Okay. Um. Mm. So, any plays you guys like, whatever case may be, lay them on me. If you guys don't got none, that's fine, right? But I'll put to the side some plays that I like whether I'm playing them straight, altering them, or whatever the case may be. These are going to be some people that I think that's going to be in some good spots. Not going to be a lot of guys, whatever the case may be, but it is what it is, right? So, what was I looking for? What was I getting ready to look for here? Hmm. 1 second. I want to check my YouTube real quick. Okay, I do want to add something to my YouTube real quick. Um, I'll add that to the public section, which was that. Bang, right? And to the Facebook, I will add this to my Facebooks right now. Okay. New York Giants, Cleveland Browns, man. Uh, okay. So the play here for me, uh, that I like in this game, if I'm taking a side here, I mean, of course, it'll be Cleveland Browns, but I probably won't be betting no sides or nothing like that. But looking at, let me see, let me get up one more thing here. Um, so I'll take a look. I'll check that out. Uh, let's take a look at the props here. So Amari Cooper, I know that I'm about to butcher the shit out that name. So let me go ahead and just put in. So right now, I couldn't talk you off neither one of his plays, his bets, or whatever the case may be. 2024. The first two games he's played, his target line right here is set at 6.5. Right, targets. You'll get that on Prize Picks here. Targets. One of my favorite props here is targets. Right, just throwing the ball to him, and just what I'm saying? Just throwing the ball to him. He don't have to catch it or nothing. You just got to target him, right? So you're going to get 6.5 reception targets. I haven't bet this yet. I'm going to add this to the player pool right now. This is probably going to be a fresh new ticket that I'm going to end up playing right here. Just probably a simple $5 ticket or something like that. But here's a prop that I don't mind getting to, right? He's hit this number in both games. The targets in both games, right? So I really like that. Going up against this team here, the Giants. Not a big fan of the Giants here. I ain't even gonna lie, but he's in play for touchdowns as well, and the reception yards. Right. Anytime you're gonna get 16 targets or something like that. Um, so versus Dallas, he should have had a better game versus Dallas, whatever the case may be. I didn't even think about it like that because he did just play them, but he did have some miniature catches, right? He had what receptions? He had no, he had only two receptions here for how many yards was that? I'll get to his yardage, but the targets are there, right? The targets are there. The secondary, I'm not a big fan of this secondary here, so I really think he can hit this number. And if you're thinking about altering it or whatever the case may be, you can look at here. Amari Cooper has exceeded receptions in 5 of 6 of his last games at home. 4.3 receptions per game at home. So you're probably going to get his receptions at 4.5. Uh, the line is at 4.5. And even if you want to alter it or something like that on books or something like that, I couldn't talk you off of it. But I do think that he goes out there and has himself a game this game, right? So I'm looking for him to hit his yards and receptions this game, right? So it is what it is, right? So his reception yards are sitting at What the hell was this? 265. What? I don't remember that. Damn, he's been kind of shabby here. I'm taking it though. I'm taking it. I can't not take it, right? The targets here look pretty good. So the targets here look pretty good. He's exceeded this number in 4 of his last 5 games and 7 of his last 10. I look for them to get him going early and often, right? So I definitely the targets here. I'm on it, right? I ain't gonna lie. So 6.5 targets, reception targets. That's where I'm at with that game. Um, Let me see something here. Buffalo. No. Um, New York Giants. All right. The next one here. My Chicago Bears at the Indianapolis Colts here, right? As you can see, money been coming in on the Colts, on the Bears. I think they were plus money. They're not plus money anymore. I do think Caleb bounces back this game. This will be a lighter defensive matchup for him. Um, 2 tough defensive matchups, the first 2 games for him. This offensive line needs to hold up, man. You got problems here. You got the offensive line, and you got bad play calling. In my opinion, so they got to do a little bit better, man. They got to hold up for him. DJ Moore's firmly in play. Uh, I don't think Keenan Allen will be playing. He'll probably be missing his second straight game. This Indianapolis coach doesn't have a good run defense, but I just can't see. I mean, I'm not a big fan of DeAndre Swift. I think he's a glorified third down running back. I just don't see why the Bears even did that. They should have took that little 20, 25 million and put that on the offensive line, right? Uh, so if you're looking for a touchdown or something like that, maybe we can get a vulture here. He's a dark horse for a touchdown. Maybe we can get a vulture from Khalil Herbert here, right? Uh, and you'll get some good value on that. You get a Khalil Herbert touchdown at plus 370. He's a dark horse play for me, right? I'm gonna throw a dark horse play over here, right? So he's gonna be a dark horse play for me. I think DeAndre Smith either or Khalil Herbert gets a touchdown tomorrow. Okay, dark horse play would be Khalil Herbert. I don't bet too many with passing yards and things like that, but you're definitely going to get value on the passing yards here, and it's important to get to these numbers quick. Get to these numbers quick before. So 215 passing yards is hasn't yet to be done, but at a minus 113, the books definitely know there's a shot. Where you're going to get good value at is the 1.5 touchdown passes at plus 172. If you're feeling froggy, then you can go ahead and leap, right? So it is what it is. Jonathan Williams, I think he's a touchdown candidate here as well as I ain't even gonna say his rushing yards, even though they went away from him. He's supposed to have a monster rushing day. They went away from him last week, so we'll see what's going to happen, right? Next play here, next spot would be the Houston Texans and Minnesota Vikings. We got an over under 44.5 here. Houston Texans minus 122 favorites. I think this is a good number. This is a good number here, right? Minnesota, man, let me see something here. So, Minnesota Vikings, right? So, New York Giants, they're supposed to win that game. Then the San Francisco team, I don't know what to say about the San Francisco team right now. So they end up pulling that one out. Maybe because of the defense, whatever the case may be, right? Justin Jefferson did have a long one. Pause. But I just think this Houston team overall, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm probably not gonna pass up on a minus 126, man, for Houston Texans. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, man. You're getting a good number here. This Minnesota without that long touchdown for that kid yesterday, I just don't think Minnesota can beat this team. This team is fully complete. I think this team, I don't think Minnesota Vikings defense is as good as the Bears defense is, or will play as good as the Bears defense played. I think this is the toughest task for this Minnesota team this year so far. So I ain't even gonna. I can't back Minnesota. I'm taking Houston on the road with a minus 126 with a good number like that. I'm not taking Minnesota here. It is what it is, right? They got too many weapons for me. I just can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it, right? They got a little bit of D. They got a little bit of offense. If you want to say a lot of offense, it could be a lot of offense. So I just can't, right? And I'm probably looking for that boy might throw a pick today. He might throw a pick tomorrow. Sam Darnold. Philadelphia Eagles and New Orleans Saints. 49.5 over under here. That's interesting. 49.5 over under here. So, I mean, So the Philadelphia secondary is not one of my favorite secondaries. I have been picking on the secondary for the last year, mid last year, all the way up until now. Got Mooney reception yards last time they played. I wish I would have live betted him. Just some similar to Mooney, you're gonna have. Let me try FanDuel, DraftKings. So similar to Mooney, you're gonna have Shaheed over there, right? 4 receptions last game of 4 receptions on 4 targets, average 24 yards. He's the deep guy, just like Mooney, right? So you leave him, you don't pay attention, he's gonna take the cover off the defense for you, right? Long 70 yards here, his long 59 yards there, right? So, it is what it is. Not a big high target guy, but he can gas you up. You know what I'm saying? So hit you on the deep ball. So if you're looking for somebody like correlated with maybe a 50 yards in a touchdown, 40 yards in a touchdown, something like that, you could look at him, right? Let's see what his some popular bets here. So let's go to receiving props, right? I know they got the longest reception, so 23 for Rashid. As you can see, he's like I said, he did already eclipsed that in both games, right? 70 yarder here and a 59 yarder there. These guys that put up 40 points or better in both games they played, Dallas and Carolina. So right off the bat, we know Carolina is not very good. Dallas, the verdict is out on them. Their defense is probably not very good. So keep that in mind, right? So we wind it back to where we were. If you're looking for a long reception candidate, Smith is one, and Olave is one, along with Shaheed. Okay, both of these, all those guys right there, they're long reception candidates. Rashid's long reception doubled this in both games he played this year already, and we know that Derek Carr, despite this year last year, he's no stranger to the deep ball. Pause, but he back then with when he had tight end, I forget his name, but he will target you. He will target you straight up. So, which brings me to Chris Olave, right? It's got to be a bounce back spot for Chris Olave here. It's got to be a bounce back spot for Chris Olave. You can look at him 4.5 receptions. It's a parlay piece right now. If you want, you can alter that if you want to, and you could also look at his his receiving yards. Would probably be sitting at what is it? Sitting at Olave sitting at 61.5. I don't mind it. You can bring it down to 50 if you want, and perhaps parlays or something like that. But man, I expect for him to have a good game. Both of these offenses are concentrated, meaning we know what Barkley's going to do. We know Goddard. We know Smith. We know Kamara, Olave, and Shaheed. We're not really. Maybe this week, though. Maybe this week some other guys might pop out for the Saints. But as of right now, the usual suspects are getting the job done. And those are the teams that you really want to bet on. It's got concentrated offensive like Stafford to Cup or Puka Nacua. We know where the ball is going, right? So with these two teams, 96% of the time we know where the ball is going. I like these type of offenses, man, where we don't have to do too much guessing. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on with this offense for the Saints though. But they didn't put up 40 points in 2 games straight. So hey, what can I say, bro? They could be off the chain or what? I don't know. But we do know, Kamara. Here's a guy who could get it busy in the receiving category. So you could look at him for a multitude of things: rushing and receiving, receptions, or if you're on a pick'em site like Prize Picks, you can definitely look at his fantasy score. So I couldn't talk you off of none of that, right? Just a refresher to people. So hey. What's up, Three Kings? What's going on? Pittsburgh and Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers, right? So I don't have much for this game, if at all anything. Pittsburgh minus 156 favorites here. Pittsburgh is going to run the ball. When the running back's not running the ball, maybe Justin Fields will be running the ball. Okay, so they do have defense. I don't know what to say about this game. A 34.5 total. It's not sexy to me. I like the running gun. I like an up and down flow, right? So at the end of the day, this is not one of my favorite games here to target. It might change overnight, but I'm going to take a rain check. I'll come back to this game a little bit later. I will say that the Chargers, they did play some winnable games. I wouldn't say this is the this is one. I'll say this is probably the toughest defense they face. I'll say that. Um, Denver Broncos and Denver Broncos and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Tampa Bay is big old 275 favorites, right? Over under 40 and a half. Uh, I don't want nothing to do with this Denver offense. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. I don't. Godwin has been a god out of the slot. So if you want to look for his receptions and reception yards or whatever the case may be, catches, I don't mind it. Not one of my favorite games to target, but uh, I am looking at that 6.5 spread and thinking about taking that and running with it. But uh, I just don't know what's going to happen. I ain't even gonna lie. So the running game for Tampa Bay, I don't know, man. I might have to take a rain check on this on the prop side because this is not one of the games I was looking at. I do predominantly, bet props. I mean, yes, Godwin's in play. Another a concentrated offense. I mean, you got Godwin, and then you got I get so not lost, but man, the names, man. Evans, right? So Evans. These guys, you'll get plus money on these guys here. Godwin's got a touchdown in both games. You get to get value on that number at plus 145. No matter how you think this game goes, you know what I'm saying. If they can get down to the goal line, I mean, in the red zone, Godwin is definitely in play, and Mike Evans is in play. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these guys got a touchdown here, but you know, I'll tell you who I'm not betting on, and it's Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's been giving me heart attacks from last year. Um, man, straight up, man, he's been getting a short end of the stick with these quarterbacks. So I don't want anything to do with these Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? So I mean, with these Denver Broncos. So I don't even know why I even took. I could have just said I'll pass on this game. Um, Green Bay Packers and Tennessee Titans. Um, it's hard for me to get to, uh, players from this team. I don't know if Jordan Love he shouldn't be playing, so but we'll see if we get any news or anything like that. But uh, Tony Pollard, interesting touchdown choice here. I don't mind if you parlayed him and Josh Jacobs together for a touchdown. I think both of these guys can get touchdowns, right? Looking at the rushing props here, Josh Jacobs has been a monster in this instance here. They don't even have a rushing attempt prop up there for him. He had like what 30 rushes last week, so the usage is there for him, right? His rushing receiving yards. And Tajay Spears, I got to keep an eye out on Tajay Spears. I want to know what his status is. I think is he going to play or what, right? But don't see any. Let's go over here. Rushing props here. I want to see what the rush attempts line is for. Uh, 19 Harris at 14 and a half. That's interesting. Saquon at 18 and a half. So they don't have him over here either. So 14 and a half for Tony Pollard. what was the kid's name again? Tajay Spears. Let's Chiefs versus Atlanta. I'm finna get their dubs. About to get their dubs, I'm finna get there in 1 minute. I'm tell you I'm tell you what I already took. I'll tell you what I already took Kelsey over yards, man. Straight up. I don't care if it loses or not. I don't care if it loses or not. Let me see. Any news on this kid? Let's see. Titans injury report and game stats for Sunday. It's a pack. Tajay Spears, ankle, full-time participant. I guess that was in practice. Listed at questionable. He's probably going to play. He's probably going to play. Let me see. He's probably going to play. No problem, man. He's probably going to play. So we'll see, right? I'll be on live in the morning too, man. Live in the morning. Bucket, right? And that's what I'm looking at here, really, truthfully. I really wanted a Russian attempts line for. I've been looking for that line a lot, man. I haven't found it. Rushing, receiving yards, combo, pass attempts, rushing yards, combos, rush attempts here. I haven't found the rushing attempts, right? For I was looking. These are 16 rush attempts. That's going to be interesting there. It's going to be interesting. All right, so I was looking at looking for the rushing attempts for. I can't find them. They don't even have his rushing yards up. Whatever, man. Next game. Carolina Panthers and Las Vegas Raiders, right? So, looking at the receiving props here, now TD scores. I expect Zamir White to get in there. Yeah, I'm all over the. That's the only spot I'm betting, Mella. I did a if you want to go check out the MLB stream, I did an MLB stream on YouTube here, Twitter, wherever you want to check it out at. You can go back and check that. And I did the San Diego Padres a little bit towards the end, so you can see what I seen. If you want to go check it out to help you make a decision on whatever you're trying to make a decision on. Long story short, Machado, I ranked the bats, Tatis, Machado, then Merrill, but it's a lot, man. You got the kid leading off; he on strikeout. Then you got the White Sox pitchers got a 6 ERA on the road. I expect for them to pounce on them, man. Maybe I ain't looking at their team total, but I expect their team. They might hit their team total. I like Machado for RBI. I like, they might sell, but who knows, right? Bad pitching versus good hitting. That's all I can ask for. So Zamir White, I like him to get in a touchdown. Possibly Devontae Adams, big value Brock Bowers. I'm gonna put them over there in the value section over there, right? The value section over there at plus 230. These are value touchdowns here, right? Big value touchdowns. So plus 230. I think he can get there. I like Zamir White for a touchdown. I did it on. I took I think it was Was it Bowers and White? I know they didn't give me that, did they? It was a combo. Uh, yeah, it was Amir White and Brock Bowers touchdown combo. Like, give me that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take that. I took that, right? So I want to go. I think I want to go back to the well on that, but it is what it is. Let's see. I think that's a play I'm willing to take again, right? This Amir White and this Brock Bowers touchdown combo. That's sweet as hell. Okay. On prize picks, I like them better on prize picks. You catch you 2 plays. Like you could put, shit, that's a plus 200. 2 plays, that's a plus 200. Long story, back to where we were though. So the wide receivers here. Receiving props. Devontae Adams, just like 64 and a half. I got his receiving yards at, I'm going to tell you, I got it on the open. As soon as it opened, I got Devontae Adams at man, 60. 64 and a half. Okay, it's still at 64 and a half. And like, I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Right? What do you want me to do? I'm gonna have to scale back some of my Devontae Adams, volume, but I just can't, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you, man. You can run a stack here. And if you play DFS, you can run a stack there. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you got multiple spots that we can hit this at, right? So, number one, longest reception. He hit that number twice this year already at 21 and a half. Going up against this, come on, man. Going up against this team, if he don't get a hit, if he don't hit it, he don't. Right? He doesn't. He only got 1 touchdown. Right? He got 1 touchdown this year versus Baltimore. Reception yards. He just missed it versus the Chargers. Bounced back versus Baltimore and a comeback win, 110 yards. Right? Like, come on, man. Right? His yards line is set at 63 and a half. Now, this game could get out of hand and they start running the ball. So you can look at it like that because game script. You always look at game script. Game script plays a lot. Maybe this, but they got to get up first. So en route to them getting up, he can go over this in 1 or 2 catches, 63 and a half, and then this will be the ladder territory. When you start laddering him up, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll get 70 yards at plus money. 80 plus 158, 90 plus 230, 330. For a plus 100 for 400 yards. Last week he hit 110. That was a plus 450 as of right now. 150 yards for him, 1,400. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying go all the way up there, but he just hit 110 yards last week, right? So it's a pick your poison thing because you can definitely take a look at that. His receptions, he had it's sitting at 5.5. He's had 5 receptions in both games, including last games. He had 9 targets. You can look at reception targets here, right? 8.5 right now. He had 12 targets last game. On prize, you can get his targets at Prize Picks. This target number is at Prize Picks at 12 and a half, at 12. I love betting targets. I love betting targets, man. I love it, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, so he got a running mate. Possibly the best or one of the best tight ends in the league. We're looking at Brock Bowers, right? Monster, right? Monster, right? I got him on my fantasy team. I got him and damn, I don't even know when. I might have to play the ass double. I messed up. I started Ramondre Stevenson. I don't even know why I did that shit, man. I could have played Brock Bowers and I got Brock Bowers and the kid from Arizona. I forget his name. Long story short, and then you can look at fantasy points for Prize Picks as well. But reception yards, another guy who I gotta add some money to, right? I'm gonna bet on him today. His reception yards sitting at 49.5. He's cracked this number twice. 58, 98, right? I could bet on both of their yards, and hopefully both of them get there. Maybe not. But right now, what we're looking at is a concentrated offense on each and every, in the making, on each and every level. You got Zamir White running the ball. Then on the next level, you got Devontae Adams. Then on the next level, on the tight end side, you got Brock Bowers. You don't have to be soul searching. We ain't soul searching with this offense. This offense is going to be wham, 1, 2, 3 levels. You know what I'm saying? So here's another guy. He went out there and got 98 yards versus last week. And there was no fluke because the receptions are there. I mean, the targets are there, right? 8 targets week 1, 9 targets week 2, right? He's looking for him. And you want to know who's looking for him? It's what's the kid's name? Gardner Minshew. I like Minshew. All the way back from the Jaguars days. I like Minshew. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what he can do. You know what I'm saying? So here's a guy that we can look at the passing touchdowns for him. You know what I'm saying? Or if we don't like how this game flow is going to be, I would probably just stick with the Zamir White touchdown or whatever the case may be. But passing yards, he's hit this number in 2 straight games, okay? The Chargers and Baltimore. Then he gets another cake matchup with Carolina. Like I said, game flow could get in the middle of this because they can be in there running the score up, but he don't have to throw that much. But he's more than capable to get these boys the ball. That's a 1, 2, 3 punch in the making. I like it, man. I like it. I got interest in this in his yards. Now the completions, sitting at 21.5. Completion percentage, I didn't even know they had this, man. But as you can see, he's almost at 80% completion percentage in both of his games. So I think it only takes a few. For some quarterbacks, it only takes a few. I think they might found that clicking point. So, man, and it's dangerous when you got who you gonna pay attention to. If you're gonna pay a lot of attention to Devontae Adams, then Brock Bowers gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. Straight up. Let's see something here. Longest pass completion, 34.5. I don't know if I want to bet that or even go near that. On the Panthers side, like I can't, right? What I will say is you do got the Red Rocket coming out, Dalton, right? So I expect, I guess it could be a little bit more better. Who knows? I wouldn't have benched the kid though. I wouldn't have. But long story short, Deontay Johnson, right? So hasn't had a big time yardage. The targets has been there for him. He's got 6 targets in each of his 2 last games. Here's a guy that you can look at targets, right? You get targets on Prize Picks. Receptions, don't know if the ball's going to be delivered any better, but we'll see. But he's been targeted no matter what. Adam Thielen, Adam Thielen can catch a touchdown here too. Old savvy guy, but the targets haven't been up. Never know what's going to happen with a new quarterback under center. I probably won't be messing with any of those guys at all. We'll see what's going to happen. So the Miami Dolphins and Seattle Seahawks. This is a weird game for me. It's a weird game for me. What I do know is I got in at 25.5 on the Devon A-Chain receiving yards. I got in at 26.5 on Prize Picks, and right now it's sitting at 28.5. Right. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. Not gonna bet more money on it because man, I done seen the strangest things that happen. We all have seen the strangest things that happen. But I even like this. You know what I'm saying? The targets for him, let's see. Devon A-Chain, receptions, is sitting at 3.5 at a -146. I like that too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I might, if I can find that receptions on Prize Picks or something like that, maybe I'll throw it in a parlay over there. But let's see, A-Chain. So his reception yards the last two games, 69 and 76. His line is set at 28.5, right? So he's Hulk smashed that both games. His receptions, he's had 7 receptions in both games, and the targets for him, he's been last 3 games has been 6, 7, and 7, right? So a glorified running back / wide receiver 3 type of guy right now, coming in the slot and stuff like that. So it is what it is, right? If I don't know what this quarterback is going to be, looking like or whatever the case may be, but looking at the yardage here, I mean, Tyreek Hill, 63.5 yards, should be able to, he's supposed to smash that, but we do have quarterback concerns here, right? DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? So these guys went out there and got targeted heavily, right? So let's look at Jackson Smith and Jigba first and foremost, right? If he continues, Jackson, I don't know how to spell this shit. Jackson Smith. Come on, man, just give it to me, man. Straight up. I don't know how to spell it. Is it that? Fuck, man. What can I? Jackson. Dang, won't they just give it to me on the spell check? Fuck it, man. They want to play the games, man. They won't get this promo. How about let's look at it over here, right? Jackson Smith and Jigma, right? So last week, I don't know if this is an outlier or what, right? But he had 12 receptions, 16 targets, no touchdown, 117 yards. Average, what is this? Average per catch was, yeah. So he's getting, yeah. If they continue to throw him the ball like that, then it's on and popping, right? I heard a lot of people talk about how slick he is getting out his breaks, hitting the routes. So I'm excited for that. Not only that, you got Metcalf. Metcalf went out there and got the same treatment. 10 receptions on 14 targets. So he was out there, you know what I'm saying, a big physical specimen versus New England. They just said, F it, we finna just air their tails out. And they went out there and got busy. So then you got Charbonnet should continue to get the work, right? Charbonnet on targets, he had 5 receptions on 5 targets. That's important. Important right there. Let me see. He had 96% of the snaps number last week. 90%, 96%. So whatever he can get, he's going to get it, right? So Charbonnet, he's pretty much played, he's got all the work back there. All the work back there. So if you think they're getting up there, more than likely running backs are the ones that, get touchdowns and stuff like that. So he's definitely a touchdown candidate. And whatever else you want to look at him for, I'll probably be looking at him for a touchdown. I ain't even gonna lie. Charbonnet at minus 105, A-Chain at a plus 110. I'm thinking, probably thinking Charbonnet for a touchdown here, right? So it is what it is, okay? Yeah. What is Charbonnet's receptions? Let's see. 21 yards, 2.5 receptions. I ain't gonna fall into that. I ain't gonna fall into it. I mean, whatever though, man. Whatever you want to look at, man. Smith and Jigma is interesting, man. I don't know if that can't be a fluke last week. I mean, I gotta see, man. I mean, and Jigma is definitely interesting. All right, so Detroit. Who did he say? Atlanta. All right, we getting there, right? So, Detroit, and Atlanta, right? So one of my favorite bets that I do like to go to is used to be in the total section. They took the total section down, but you can find it back in scoring, right? And I've been playing this before they brought out the specials and those specials like the field goal and da 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 da. But it opened up. This opened up, I think, at a minus 116 or 15 or something like that. Both teams to score one touchdown in each half. It's doable. It's at a minus 132 right now. I should have gave this out a while ago, but that's something that I do bet. Shootouts, right? Both teams to score 2 touchdowns in each half. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? In certain games, I ain't gonna say most games, but before you won't even pay attention, you wouldn't even know. But before you turn around, both teams been scored a touchdown in each quarter or whatever the case may be. Or in this case, both teams to score 2 touchdowns in each half. If you think a game is gonna go ballistic, you need to come back here and look at a prop like this. They always start off at plus 1,000 or better, right? So that's one thing that we can look at there. Let me see something here. NFL candidates for the 2 touchdowns in every quarter. I mean, in both halves by each team. You got a 49.5 total, right? You got a New Orleans Saints team that put up 40 points or better in both of their games. We got an L in we got a secondary that's not pretty good, not that good. If we had AJ Brown, I would probably bet both teams. I would probably bet it here to score 2 touchdowns in each half. But I think there's a way. I think there's a way that both teams get a touchdown in each half here, right? So let me go back and put this up there. 1 touchdown in each half, minus 104. 2 touchdowns in each half, plus 1,500. Yeah, I did baseball. It's in another stream, so you can go back and check the stream. Go back and check the other stream, the other live. Yeah, go back and check the other live. So, long story short, I mean, it can happen. The 49 totals, it can happen. But I'll put the 1 up there for now, and I'll go back to where we were. This Miami Dolphins and Seattle Seahawks, I just don't. I mean, it's possible. Both teams, one touchdown in each half. These are candidates. I'm not betting on a lot of these. These are candidates. I'm going to put up there. I'm going to put up there. These are candidates. One touchdown in each half for both teams. Now, you got to get this one here. Both teams to score one touchdown in each half for a plus 196. Plus 196. A slip in the first half, you get somebody slip, guarding Tyreek Hill, touchdown. Just touchdown, right? So this is interesting. It's worth the bet to me. At a plus 196, you give me 2-1. That's worth the bet to me, right? That's worth the bet to me. More than likely, those bets, you'll be surprised how much those bets lose. They lose a lot, but you got A-Chain. You got your offensive weapons. You don't have your quarterback. We'll see what's going to happen, right? And then brings us back to where we were, which would be the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. So, this is a candidate for 1 and 2. Now, I bet this one already. So it is what it is, right? Let me put this up there. And then, like I said, 2 touchdowns in each, 1,100, plus 1,100. Now, we do expect points to be put up here. I expect points to be put up here. You got to visualize those points, So, touchdown scores. James Conner is always a threat for 2 touchdowns. Montgomery is a threat for 2 touchdowns. You got a 51.5 total. There's no telling how these touchdowns are going to come, right? I ain't even going to lie. So, receivers. Jameson Williams. I like Jameson Williams, right? He has cemented himself as the de facto number 2. However, they got mouths to feed. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Gibbs, motherfucking Laporta, Montgomery. It's a lot of mouths to feed, man. It's a lot of mouths to feed. It's not easy. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy to pinpoint who gonna do what each week, man. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, we get into, I don't know, man. We get ourselves into something. So with a 51 total there, I would with a 51 total here, I mean, you could get 1.5 passing touchdowns for Kyler Murray at plus 108. You can get touchdowns for, the usual suspects. You get 1.5 touchdowns for Jared Goff at minus 146. It's just all about contingent. It's all contingent on how we think this game is going to play out. What are some of the weaknesses for these teams? Things of that nature. Going back to the touchdown scores here, I like James Conner to score a touchdown, and you're gonna give us plus money on. Oh no, it's not plus money. Okay, I like James Conner and David Montgomery, both of them. Truthfully, betting straights is major key, man. So I'll be betting a lot of these guys straight, but these two guys that I do know I'm going to be betting straight for sure. I want to say, let me see, defensive rankings. Rankings. Defense. Mm. Okay. All yards. Wide receiver. So, right here, defenses versus pass catching. 223 yards, air yards, targets. Detroit, New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Detroit got the most passing yards, receptions, target yards, yards per catch. Detroit is down here, yards per catch. Air yards, Detroit. Red zone targets. Touchdown. Defense versus the run. Running back. Attempts. Indianapolis is not a good run defense. Let me see. So Detroit defense is pretty good on the versus the run. And a lot of that is because some of these teams have to pass versus their ass too. So, it's Arizona. 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 Versus targets. Tight ends. So tight ends too, right? Wide receivers and tight ends. They got 2 touchdowns versus Detroit. Okay, so oh no. That was tight end and wide receiver. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I did want to take a look at Kansas City, right? So that's definitely going to be looking at Kyle Pitts here. So no, I mean here, I still think it's a little bit too early for me to tell, truthfully. Depending on how these games played out, I know Arizona Cardinals blew somebody out. It's just a little bit too early for me to tell with these defenses. I ain't even gonna lie. So I do expect points to be put up here. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? So be safe out there with this game. I didn't look at this game the way I should have looked, but even though I'm still probably ain't gonna be convinced because teams like this here, I probably want to use the eye test and probably bypass some of the numbers. I want to see. Man, some of these games have been kind of misconstrued, blowouts and things of that nature. So we'll see what's going to happen. I like the running backs to score touchdowns though, for sure. And I mean, I like the kid. I like Trey McBride. He's being looked for. You know what I'm saying? Here's a guy that's gonna, you probably don't need those long breaking routes for him. He's gonna be that blanket guy for Murray, and the targets and everything are there. You know what I'm saying? 6 receptions on 6 targets last week versus the Rams, albeit a 41. They put up 41 points on the Rams, but then Buffalo, they put up a decent amount of points on Buffalo as well. So the targets are there for him. And he only has 6 targets in a blowout. So even if this game would have stayed competitive, I think he would have had way more than 6 targets. Now, Marvin Harrison did bust it wide open. Pause, but you know it is what it is. Buffalo, he had 5 receptions on 9 targets there. So even if you're looking at the targets and things like that, you can come over here to Prize Picks and bet on targets, which I love to bet on targets. Trey McBride, I'll just put in McBride. And my prospects be lagging like a mug, man. Everything lagged except I want to see what this number is going to be like if they give it to us. Please, man. That's why I don't like to. And who are these guys they putting up there? That says MCB. Okay. All right. So receptions, 5.5. Receiving yards, 52.5. You got a demon for a touchdown. Fantasy scores up there. 8 reception targets. He's hit this number in one game. The first game he hit it, and then I probably would like the over. I have interest in the over because this game versus the Rams, it was just a blowout, and he got 6 targets. Good game versus Buffalo, he had 9 targets. Right, so. I probably wouldn't take the under there, right? I probably wouldn't take the under there. I think this game could probably have pass written all over it. This is the game environment that we want. So I could see instances where, or his yardage. I have to figure out which one. I got 24 hours to figure out which one that I want to take. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Marvin Harrison, I mean, it is what it is with Marvin Harrison, right? I'm just sticking a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage there. Somebody like McBride. Now, Baltimore and the Cowboys, right? I don't have much for this game, but I would say this. If you got a little bit of defense, I believe, if you got a little bit of defense, I think you can beat the Dallas Mavericks, right? I mean Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, they do get back their tight end, so look for him, right? Definitely look for him. What's his name? Ferguson, right? They do get back Ferguson. That opens up their offense a little bit more. I expect Derrick Henry to score. It won't be too long before Rico Dowdle, I guess, take over the number 1. And Tolbert, on the other side of CeeDee Lamb, he could be somebody that hits their receiving prop. Now, CeeDee Lamb, if they can't contain CeeDee Lamb, it's going to be a long day because they just had a few wide receivers come through there and have themselves a game. I want to say, right, versus Baltimore. Their secondary looking kind of suspect. I haven't bet on CeeDee Lamb. I'm starting him in my fantasy. I haven't bet on CeeDee Lamb yet. I think maybe we probably could start taking advantage of the secondary a little bit early. Some people have been doing it, but like I said, Adams just come up out of there with 110 receiving yards last week, and the tight end gashed him, Brock Bowers. So both of those guys gashed him at the same time. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen there. I didn't bet on CeeDee Lamb yet. Don't know if I am. I don't know if I'm going to even take any props from this game. I don't. Mark Andrews seems kind of, the one that I probably would like to bet on when the receiver core. I know Mark Andrews is just going to be just fine this year, despite their week 1 performance. They were just keying in on him, right? So I like Mark Andrews. I can see instances where he gets this 39.5 receiving yards or Mark Andrews receptions prop, which would probably be 3.5. I like that, right? I like that reception. 3.5 at a minus 120. I like that. I'll take a stab at that, right? Andrews. So we had 4 tech catches last week, and he had 5 targets, right? So on prospects, this is where you're going to get a discrepancy at. On prospects, you get his reception targets at 5, and on FanDuel, you get his reception targets. No, wait. This is I'm sorry, hold up. This is targets. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. I'm tripping. So BetMGM 105, 110. Prize picks everywhere is at 3.5. I like the 3.5. I do. A guy that can be a focal point of the offense, I do like that at 3.5. So I put that to the side there, and the decent number at minus 120, I can get down with that, right? And I like Derrick Henry to score, man. Straight up, man. Probably juiced up, but even if it's a parlay piece, give it here. Minus 115. I haven't betted it. I think I need to get to it right now, right? Couldn't talk you off a touchdown for, if you're looking for value, a plus 230 for Mark Andrews. Definitely. Don't forget what they've done in the past. So you get good value on there. He's a value touchdown player, touchdown for me, right? So, the 49ers and the Rams, like, these guys are so banged up, man. But at the end of the day, if this keeps happening, they're going to end up putting Stafford on the shelf, and I wouldn't blame them. Kobe Parkinson, Demarcus Robinson, and Tyler Johnson, whatever the case may be, right? Demarcus Robinson at 45.5. I have interest there, right? I need to see who's going to be where. Receptions here, 3.5. Parlay piece for Demarcus Robinson. What's up, my boy? Yeah, for sure. So, if we know who this kid is, man, Stafford, and if he can lock on to somebody, he'll turn one of these guys into a mini little star, right? We just got to figure out who it's going to be. Now, we do know that Demarcus Robinson is going to be out there. Kobe Parkinson is going to be out there. I have a hard time going to my tight ends with him. What's the tight end name that they had, or is he hurt? Damn, I forgot they started tight end. But I was a little disappointed, because he wasn't going to him, for the last 2 years as much as I thought he should. But I forgot his name. Either way it go, I think it would be Demarcus Robinson and Tyler Johnson probably leading the way here. And you guessed right. You might get a payday. You know what I'm saying? No, not Kittle. For the Rams. What's that boy name, man? Damn, I forget his name. But like I said, you can hit the lottery if he gets one of these boys to move it right. You can hit the lottery. Not Everett, the other one, man. The other one. Not Everett. Everett went to Chicago. Um, the other one, man. There you go, Tyler Higbee. There you go. So, like I'm saying, I think I don't know what to think, bro. I don't know what to think. On the other side, Brandon Ayuk probably should be the focus of attention here. From a matchup standpoint, you can probably look and see how matchups been going. You know what I'm saying throughout the league. You know what I'm saying. Take a guy like Aaron Rodgers, for instance. Well, he did end up hitting Wilson for a touchdown, but the best player who had the best matchup was the tight end, and he ended up he was a serviceable tight end. He ended up getting almost 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, don't sleep on Juwan Jennings, man. Brandon Ayuk, I don't know if he looked good or he didn't look good, but he could probably take some pressure off somebody like Jennings. I don't know if the game plan would be to take somebody out of like Ayuk out. I'm just saying, don't kill a messenger, man. Juwan Jennings could probably have a good day. I'm not betting on none of these guys unless I was playing fantasy or DFS. I would throw them in there somewhere I could just close my eyes, set it, and forget it. But these are direct bets that I have to be placing on these motherfuckers. So I have to go back and do a little bit more research, not research, but just a little bit more soul searching on somebody like Juwan Jennings, and he could probably be one of, if not the main beneficiary. But I'll tell you right now, if you want to jump on Juwan Jennings, man, you need to jump on him right now. I don't think they've listed Kittle out, and that's what it could be. Brandon Ayuk, I got some. I don't know, man. He need to be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see what's gonna happen here. I wonder how easy. And then receptions. You know what I'm saying? Receptions definitely messing around with Stafford. Like 3.5 receptions. Like, come on, man. I mean, I think it's doable. I think it's doable for somebody like Demarcus Robinson. I think you could, with all the injuries, I believe. I mean, I think if you just say, hey, man, I want to take all three of these guys straight up, but you got to have some juice on Demarcus Robinson. But I think that two of these three guys might get there. Between Parkinson, Robinson, and Tyler Johnson, two of those three guys might get there. Of course, I like the running backs for touchdowns. And this year, I'm just not a big fan of San Francisco, right? If you catch a hot Stafford coming out there, he might knock their dick in the dirt, man. He might beat these guys. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to evaluate guys that don't get a lot of, you know what I'm saying? If they just come out here on one mind and one accord, man, I can see Stafford coming out here lighting these guys' ass up. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna bet it, but I haven't seen it happen before. So, or at least make it a good game. What's the spread here? You can get I ain't gonna, man. I damn near would say it's gonna be Rams or nothing for me. Shit, they damn near the same. I mean, Ayuk. I mean, whatever, right? Whatever, we'll see. I don't know who the backup tight end is gonna be looking like here. Let me take a look. Huge check. Jake Tongues in passing situations. Saubert must be Saubert must be a blocking guy. I think Saubert just came in the league too. Let me see. Not too long ago. I think I was playing him in DFS on on preseason DFS. Saubert, Tongues. Tongues can play some passing downs. Do a teaser can active the latter was picked up in the now question becomes in terms of reported by the supervised teammate in terms of time playing the targets compared to fellow backup Eric Saubert. I know it's Juice While I'm doing all this shit, you know who it is, man. Juice for sure. They're gonna be screaming his name in that motherfucker. He about to have a career game. He had 3 receptions on 5 targets for 19 yards last game. Juice knows what to do. Sure. Jordan Mason. All right. I mean, that should be it should be fun, man. From a, I look at things from a fantasy perspective as well. So, things can get dicey. You know what I'm saying? Things can get dicey. Things can get fun. I think I look at this game a little bit more for a fantasy aspect, but don't get it twisted, man. If you figure it out the right way, crack it the right way, you can come away like a bandit in a game like this. We got a 43.5 total. I don't know what to expect, man. It's hard, man. I don't know what to expect, man. But man, I'm sure gonna spend $5 on some type of shootout in that game on the same game parlay or something like that. It should be fun. Kansas City Chiefs and Atlanta Falcons, man. So, damn, it took longer than I thought to get here, but my boy asked me, what did he say? What you think about the Chiefs in Atlanta? The Chiefs in Atlanta, look, I sprinkled on it already, and I don't care. That's all I got to say. Travis Kelce's receiving line is at 47.5. I don't care how old he looks. I don't care. IDC, right? Look, give me the over 47.5 yards for him. Didn't bet a lot on it. It is what it is, right? Didn't bet a lot on it. Then you look at the touchdowns here. You get a plus 125 for Travis Kelce. Like, look, no Pacheco. Whatever, man. I didn't check his his receptions. That's something that I need to look at right now while we're right here. But like I said, he's been flying under the radar. His receptions in at 4.5. What has he been doing? Nothing, I know, but let's take another look at this kid here, right? It's Travis Kelce. Like, what you want me to say? I might take an L for this, but shit, it's only week 3, man. Shit, it's only week 3. You think I'm not finna take this? You crazy as hell. All right, I didn't put it in on Prize Picks. Let me put it in on Prize Picks right now. Let me see what all they have available for Travis Kelce. Let's see, Kelce. So, him and Kyle Pitts. Okay, so I like that too. So, let's get to some plays that I don't mind getting to. 5 receptions. Don't mind getting to. Over here, it's just a solid 5. If he hit the 5, it's a push. He goes over, then he needs 6. A demon, which is an alternate towards the books. Like an alternate. 30.5 receiving yards, I like that as well. 48.5 receiving yards, I like that. 60 receiving yards, you'll get a demon, which pays a little bit more. This is these are ladder demons, right? A 59.5 demon, you also get a 69.5 demon. These are ladders, right? A regular prop, a ladder, and then another ladder, right? A touchdown for a demon, yes, please. A fake little shovel pass, whatever the case may be, and he goes right up the middle. I like that. Then you get Travis Kelce with Kyle Pitts to get a touchdown. Speaking of Kyle Pitts, somehow, I have to go back and look. But looking at the tight end numbers here, first 3 weeks, 15 targets, 12 receptions, 138 yards, 11 yards per catch, 59 yards, 2 red zone targets, 1 touchdown. somehow Kansas City is not that good versus tight ends. The thing what you got to get past is Kyle Pitts being so ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what do you want to, you know what I'm saying, what do you expect? The numbers line up for him, but I mean, is he going to still be ass? That's the thing. So, what time does this game come on? This is one of those Sunday night games. Right. So, you know, it is what it is, right? So, let's see. Looking at, let's go receiving player. Let's go Pitts, right? Man, tell me about it, man. Goodness gracious, man. So we got Pitts, weeks 2023, games 2. Okay, this is combined. Okay, right. So he's 84% of the snaps, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 46 yards, 1 touchdown. That's just like what? Week 1, 3 receptions on 3 targets versus who? Week 2, week 1 and 2, no, just week 2. 4 targets, 3 receptions. Well, another play that I was looking at. Well, he's very well in play. So let me take a look at some of his numbers, right? 38 yards. His reception line is going to have to be at 3.5, which I knew that. He's got 3 receptions 2 straight weeks with a favorable matchup. Truth be told, and you got Kurt Warner. I mean Kurt, whatever the boy name is. He's getting acclimated. I mean, the 3.5, it's a lean, right? I'm gonna have to lean on it. Because I'm gonna lean on it. Let me see. What do they have here? Kelsey, 18.5 receptions, 6.5 targets. I am gonna go with over here. I took his receiving yards on the books. I think I'm gonna go back with his receiving yards here, right? Kelsey here. I'm gonna throw that up there because I got a lot of plays. These are just some different plays here, but I do want to see what they have for Kyle Pitts. I could have taken him and Kyle Pitts touchdown combo. I think I want to take that. Pitts here. Come on. My bad, y'all. Pitts, 3.5 receptions here too. 38.5 receiving yards is so tempting. And they got the Travis Kelsey, Pitts, and I really think I want to take this one here. But maybe I'll do it on another one. So I don't know how I want to do this, right? I don't know how I want to do this. I might come back and switch this out for Pitts, and let's do that. I already took his receiving yards on the books. Let's do that. Let's add Kelsey and Pitts touchdown, right? Now, there's a few other plays here I don't mind getting to here, which would be like Robinson, right? Bijan. If they can control this game, and they clearly do want to run, They clearly want to run this ball here. Let me see. So regular season games to play snap percentage, 32 attempts. So week 1, 88% of the snaps, 44, 18 attempts week 1. Then week 2, he had excuse me. "14 attempts week 2. They really want to run the ball here, for sure. We're seeing that. Defense. Green Bay, 8 yards per carry so far. Who was that again? What's the name of that damn team? Kansas City. Look like they've been okay versus the yards per carry, Kansas City. Rushing yards against. Bijan attempts look pretty good. Bijan attempts look pretty good. I like Bijan to score a touchdown. So he's going to be in a touchdown conversation for me, right? Kyle Pitts is in an okay spot. I mean, numbers wise, is he gonna produce? That's another thing, right? So I'm probably gonna end up taking the 3.5 receptions at a -108. Not a play that I'm like giving out, but I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test the waters, right? I mean, I'm gonna test the numbers, right? The numbers say right here. I'm gonna test the numbers here. I need to go back and see who Kansas City played. I forgot who they played, but I'm gonna test it. Right? I'm gonna take the 3.5. I'm gonna take the 3.5. Right? I'm gonna take the 3.5. I definitely am. So see what that do. Okay. Rashee Rice. I ain't gonna say he can't be denied, but Rashee Rice is pretty good, man. So I like Rashee Rice and whatever you want to do with him. But me personally, I'll probably be altering his numbers down and put them in a parlay or something like that, you know. So it's full game here. Full game, I don't know. I seen 3.5. That's as high as I've seen it for Falcons plus 3.5. If you like Falcons, the 3.5 would have been good. I think, you could still win. You could have still won with a field goal. With a 3-point loss. That 3.5 was okay. Now you got a 46 team total here. As much as if he's getting acclimated more and more, Kirk Cousins can be better and better. This is another primetime game here, right? So he might be trying to turn his primetime record around. But the scoring prop here, I think this can possibly happen here. Both teams to score 1 touchdown in each half. I don't see why this probably can't happen. You'll get at a plus 134. This is an interesting number. It's an interesting prop. But you'd be surprised how much this prop misses, man. Straight up. So I'm gonna put it over there. I'm gonna put it in my section over there. But if Cousins and these boys got it working, no, 2 touchdowns in each half, you get a plus 2,700. That's crazy. But we clearly know Falcons want to run the ball. We do know that. But I couldn't talk you off if you want to take these guys for 1 touchdown in each half. The team for 1 touchdown each half. You'll get that at plus 134. I was tempted to take the over passing yards for Patrick Mahomes. It's still in this neighborhood. It's at 269.5 right now at a minus 113. The running game could be ailing here. I can see instances where he could get there. He's Mahomes, right? So I just feel like I don't know if they want Kirk Cousins them to run the ball more, but then 232. If he has to, go 232, then he can get there. Passing TDs here. Parlay piece from Patrick Mahomes at minus 176. The running back situation is kind of weird, so it's a possibility he might hit 2 passing touchdowns. Okay, that's a parlay piece. Favorite touchdown prop from this game here would probably be who did I say? Bijan. Yeah, at a minus 135. Good value. Kelsey for good value there. Kyle Pitts, even better value. Kyle Pitts has a touchdown this year already. The Jacksonville Jaguars and this Buffalo Bills team, I don't know what to expect here. I don't. It's possible that you could, probably see Kincaid might have a better game today. I don't know. That game, I don't know. I don't really care, truthfully, tell you the truth. I got a little bit more time to look into this game. Maybe I'll touch on this on a Monday. But we got the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals, right? So I caught that. Y'all probably already know now, but I did get his receiving yards at. I did get Jamar Chase receiving yards at 69, and I'm really happy with that. He ain't been playing. This is the get right spot here, right? This is a give me my money spot right here, right? Chase. And I ain't gonna say I got lucky, but I was searching. Early lines, man, you got to get on those early lines, straight up. Got to get on those early lines. And they got new props that I need to take a look at. You know what I'm saying? But so right here, as you can see, they say it opened at 71. I got it at 69. Right, I got it at 69, and it in some places it's up to 81.5. I've seen it then went up to 81.5, but that's a whole first down more. You know what I'm saying? So versus this team. This team we've been picking on this team for the last 2 years. So, Washington ain't been the best. Right now, they got the most TDs for receivers, sitting at 6. 4 red zone targets, that's tied with the most there. Just some of the, they just mediocre in the secondary, right? 2023, if you want to look at those numbers, they were really bad. 29 touchdowns. So it's kind of like it's carrying on over, right? Philly, last year, they right there. It's kind of like it's carrying on over for Philly. Detroit, semi carrying over, right? we'll see if they make it, if they improve or whatever case may be. But Tennessee, they fixed their secondary a little bit better. But long story short, flip back to 2024, y'all get the drift, right? So Jamar Chase is in, I can see him getting a touchdown here. If you want to, his yardage, if you want to take his yardage up or his catches up, or whatever case may be, you can get 12, all the way up to 12 catches for plus 880. And the receiving yards, T. Higgins, I don't even care if T. Higgins playing or not. But receiving yards here, you can get it all the way up to 175 at a plus 1,300. But you get 100 yards for him at plus 165, right? So it is what it is. Zach Moss, if they're going to be moving the ball, he's going to be a touchdown candidate. Zach Moss. And this is not only a spot for somebody like Jamar Chase to get right, but it's definitely a spot for somebody like Joe Burrow to get right, especially in the passing touchdowns category. You get 2 passing touchdowns for him as a parlay piece. If you want to go to 3, you can get it at plus 250. I'm not fond of this secondary. You got T. Higgins coming back. Could open up with things to keep some of the defense a little bit honest. Don't think he's going to be fully 100% participant, but it is what it is, right? So I like Cincinnati. Big hefty favorites though. I don't know about that, but 46.5. You can also look at the rushing yards for the quarterback, right? So Jaden Daniels, you can get him at 50 yards at a minus 105. He's been rushing the ball really, really good. And if you're looking at somebody like Scary Terry, you can look at his last week. He had a spike in targets and receptions, right? So Terry McLaurin. And I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that. Targets last week, he did have 8 targets, right? Versus week 1, he had 4. Last week versus the Giants, he had 8 targets. Receptions, he ended up pulling in 6 of those 8, right? So right now, his receptions line is sitting at 3.5. And you'll get that on FanDuel parlay pieces right now. His reception is sitting at 3.5. And if you're looking at his targets, his target line is sitting at 6.5. And you can get the target line on Prize Picks here, right? These are just targets, like not catches, not none of that, just targets, right? Ooh, that's receiving combo. All right, so Terry McLaurin, 6.5 targets there, 10 fantasy score, longest reception at 20.5. Receiving yards combo for these two guys at 128. 10 fantasy score. That's interesting. 10 fantasy score. Motherfucker couldn't even get it last game. That's crazy. This is interesting. Terry McLaurin and Jaden McDaniels for touchdown combo. 4 receptions. So this is where I can't mess with them, man. If it was 3.5, I would probably go. So it's at a solid 4, which means you'll get a push. So if I'm having to take the receiving prop here, I would probably be the reception prop. It would probably be here on FanDuel, right? Or the books in general, where you're going to get a 3.5. A 3.5, even if it's at a parlay piece, I'll probably be looking at that 3.5. Okay. And like I said, touchdown candidates here for me. It's going to be Moss, Chase, Moss and Chase. You know, Moss and Chase. Um, today. I'll be looking at some. I'll be looking at some team totals, and I'll be doing some alternates and stuff like that, and putting together a couple more parlays here on Prize Picks. But I'm not going too big, right? I was going to turn this into a 6-pick. Haven't finished it off. This will probably be my last 6-pick, or I might do another 6-pick after this. But right now, I got Amari Cooper for 6.5 reception targets. I have Brock Bowers and Zamir White for a touchdown. Travis Kelce, I thought I said I was going to take this down. For right now, this is an official play. I took the over 40. I think it was 47.5. Either way I go, win, lose, or draw. If I get there, I don't. And I'm going to add 3 more plays. So be on the lookout for for 3 more plays that I'm going to add to this. I'll post it and things like that. Ladder candidates, I think you could take Jamar Chase to 100 yards and beyond. I think you can do that. I like this spot. I like this spot. I like this spot for Amari Cooper, man. Straight up. Looking for the Bears to bounce back. Looking for that line to hold up, right? Don't be surprised if Odunze have a decent game here, okay? So Odunze, I'll be looking for Odunze. Keep in mind, I think Odunze was a little banged up. Texans, give me the Texans on the money line, man. Give me the Texans on the money line. I don't care if I lose. I just don't. I don't see a whole lot. I mean, 2 good games, two mediocre opponents for the Vikings, right? I think they got some defensive scores in there. Can they stop this Houston team? At this number, I want Houston. Philadelphia and New Orleans, I don't know if this is a fluke or not for New Orleans. They're putting up 40 points a game. I don't know, right? I didn't even add Kamara. I think he's good. I think you could take his fantasy score. I think you can take his rushing receptions. You're looking for a long play, one of those long play guys, longest reception in the game, you can look at Shaheed, right? And I think on the other side, Olave, I think he has a good game here versus Philadelphia secondary. You could also look at the rushing yards for Philadelphia quarterback, whatever his name is. I'm skipping this game here. I'm just undecided on who I want to take here in this Broncos, in this Tampa Bay game as far as the receivers on the Tampa Bay side. I think Pollard and the Green Bay Packers running back, I forget his name. I think those guys, I think you could parlay those 2 up and get a touchdown out of this game. Really love the trio. I love the trio. I love each level, truthfully, in this particular matchup. Not even a trio, the quads, right? I like White. I like Bowers. I like White, Bowers, Minshew, and Adams, right? Between all 4 of those guys, them alone, I think you can find some way to get to plus money in the same game parlay, right? Interesting game here. They give you always almost plus 200 for both teams to score a touchdown in each half here. Now, A-Chain, I took the 26.5 receiving yards, right? He's got 6 receptions in his last 3 games, 7 receptions in his last 2 games, right? 70 yards, I want to say 70 yards in receiving in both games. The line is fishy. The line is fishy. If it's fishy, I done ate it, right? They got me. But I took the over. Now you get it. Now I'm telling you, you get, man, I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to say. You got Jackson Smith and Jigma, and he ended up getting 12 targets last game and 12 receptions or whatever case may be, 10 receptions or something. And then, Metcalf got like 10, 12, 14, 16 targets or something like that. So it's interesting. Took both teams to score a touchdown in each half. I haven't sprinkled on a lot else here. I think the Montgomery and especially Connor touchdowns here, and McBride his receptions and or receiving yards. I like that as well. The Detroit Lions got so many mouths to feed. It's crazy. I'll be looking at some of these guys for yardage because they got so many mouths to feed. I would probably be looking at them for yardage, and not a lot of them for receptions, right? What's his name? Williams, I forgot, but he's made himself a de facto number 2. He's electric. I wouldn't mind his yards. He's sitting at 49. He's been crushing it. So it is what it is. The tight end here, I'm Andrews. I like Andrews here, and I like him at 30. I'll take him at 40. I'll take him at 50. Baltimore secondary been trash so far. So Dallas Cowboys, they get their tight end back, and then they got Lamb, right? Now keep in mind, last week the tight end Brock Bowers and Adams just did a number on these boys, right? On Baltimore, I think they probably hit them for 100 apiece. Now they get their tight end back, the Cowboys, and they got Lamb on the other side. I ain't bet on neither one of them yet, but you get my drift. Henry, I like him for a touchdown. This game here gonna be wild as hell. I can't even. I mean, TD for Mason, but man, I can't even fathom how I want to do this shit here. Straight up. I wish this was. I hope this is gonna be a shootout because that's how I'm gonna play it. Kelsey over yards. And somehow Pitts is one of the best spots right now. So statistically right now. So Pitts is supposed to be in play. The 3.5, I'm taking the 3.5 receiving yards for Pitts. Receptions. He's got 3. I need you to get one more. He got 3 in each game. I need you to get one more. Bijan Robinson, touchdown. Couldn't talk you off a Kelsey touchdown. Or a Pitts touchdown. 1.5 touchdowns. That's a parlay piece for Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, whatever his name is, Mahomes, and over 269 yards a lean for Mahomes. We know the Falcons are going to try to run the ball and run it. And Jamar Chase is my favorite play here. Parlay piece, 1.5 touchdowns for Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase, everything, touchdown, whatever the case may be, right? Moss, they got Moss, right? Touchdown for him too. With that being said, I'm out of here, bro. Peace out, man. I'm going to be live tomorrow morning.